More strange things happening, but they're very exciting. You may be afraid of some of them. You shouldn't be. Some things are going on here. I wanted to share them with you, some mystical, magical things. And I want to share with you what's so important about what's going to happen as we're moving forward. I'm going to keep talking about future. You're going to see the words predictions, important, warning, and it's all good. So come with me. I have something really cool to share with you, and you may be experiencing this too. Let's go. Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through those fears and live an amazing life. It's possible, it really is. Somebody said we have to die to go to heaven. What? No. Thinking material, thinking dense there as far as how things work. We are not material. Everything exists at once. Even in a dense body, we can experience heaven on earth. It's just a different game. It's a different kind of heaven. In other words, there are unbelievable many mansions out there, unlimited. So we get to experience heaven as a human, and heaven when we transcend into a light being, and heaven on another planet, all because we choose a higher frequency. What does that mean? We are not in conflict with anything anymore. So I want to share something with you. This is really great news. I hope this is appearing for you. If not, you can invite these things in. So last night, it was very evident that some things were here with me. I saw lights shooting by. I saw movements. Nothing scary. I did not pick up on anything scary. I'm sure it would not feel welcome here. It's off finding some conspiracy theorists out there. And I was just feeling great activity in the room. Now, what is that? As I shared with you, more and more we will experience the veil lifting. What is that? It's us recognizing what's going on and that this is actually self-created. And the veil is the density and the ignorance that we've been in. And now we're recognizing, wait a second, anything's possible. So yes, I'm in a matrix, a grid of a game, a hologram that I can play out any way I want. It's not an evil place. It happens to have been a place that we as humans have taken it to, that density and that darkness, but we can change that at any time. The matrix can be a divine matrix, and it really actually is. Everything within it is our choice. Our choice to what? To choose darkness, to experience it. It's just the contrast. Some of it is very dark. And so we must, of course, take action and get ready, because we're coming up on the year of action where we're going to spend more time on how we can facilitate the change with these things. Every little thing counts. So the question is, if you're in a position now where things are bothering you, if you're entrenched in that, you may not be seeing the expansive changes that are happening out there. So it's like anything. If you're not paying attention, you're focused, you won't see the butterfly or the message or all the angels that are helping you if you're asking for that. You have to come out of that fear, and it takes practice. That's why I have courses and memberships and all those things. I want to help you to practice on that, and there are other great teachers out there. So get the help if you find it difficult on your own to get out of your head. All right, so what is happening when the veil thins? You will start seeing things. Now, I am seeing things now. Again, it's been a little while before I've had this kind of activity. It is now the end of September, and this is really exciting news. This tells me that things are shifting and opening up. And it may not be for you. You get to choose it. So some of you are going to experience amazing transitions, and you're going to notice that the world is going to a better place. And others will see it's going to a worse place. Wherever you place your focus, you will participate in that. Quantum physics it exists only when you observe it. It's really tough for humans to imagine that, and I might get some of you to say that's insane, but science backs me up. In other words, it isn't a chair unless I look at the chair. Yeah, we're not going to go in there. It's beyond what we can understand, but I do assure you one thing. Whatever you focus on, you're entangled with. you influence it. Therefore, it becomes part of your energy field. This is why we got to stop watching the news. It's not real. Even the weather, how many times have they predicted certain things, right? It doesn't happen. We're in control of our future, our predictions. What will happen with your world now? You will become more psychic. You will be more intuitive. You will have just strange fits of happiness. You will see trees or nature, and you'll get this, you'll feel the energy coming off of it. All right, you can have really cray-cray dreams. Oh my gosh, I had the most amazing dreams. I was having so much fun. It was unbelievable. And I remember all of them. So you may start to remember your dreams if you haven't in the past. The other things you're going to notice is that, and I will do a separate video on this, when you go into a space of awakening, you will participate in the positive things that are happening on the planet. And you will actually, because you focus more on that, you will actually facilitate it. And that's why I'm here on this channel, is to keep telling you that the more you focus on that, the more we as a collective create that. And it doesn't take that many people. Now, if you saw my blog, I'll put the blog down here again, on the transcendental meditation experiments, that it's just, the odds are 1 in a gazillion that people meditating on one thing could change the crime rates and that, and health and all these things, to make it go into the positive. I would think it was 70-some% performance improvement. And then when they stopped, it went back to that. You have that power. So when you go into that space with me, you're going to experience what I'm experiencing. And you will not be in fear, because it's going to feel really good. So yes, I saw movement. And I didn't see dark shadows. By the way, dark shadows are they're just energy fields. They're not negative, all right? A lot of that stuff is just the movement of energies, maybe even the past, maybe the future. There's a lot we're going to talk about there in a future video. So, yeah, I was seeing not only movements, but I mean a lot of movement. In fact, right in the bed, I saw something like a distortion, and then light, and it was fun. It was playful. And I said, I know you're here. Thank you for all the assistance that you're giving me to make a big impact on this planet. And so you have to stay steadfast, and so many of us are here worried so much about our stuff. But that's the ego and protecting me. And it's just natural for human beings to go into that space. But yes, when you start to go to that space, it's really always about me. We must place ourselves, our attention out there, and make it about you. Because when you and I become we and us, we become a unified field, and then we work as a collective. Now, when your body starts to battle things within it, there's something that takes over and another thing is getting battled, that's an illness. And we're doing it out here. And this is a direct reflection of what we're doing, battling each other. And therefore, this will continue on for some time, by the way. It's not going away overnight. It's like asking the flu to go away. It keeps coming back and morphing in different forms, because as long as we live in a world that's sick, we will continue to demonstrate that in the physical world. So we want to clean that up and say, okay, if there are things going on out there, when you focus on that very positive thing, you're going to open up gateways to the mystical. Now, I'm going to share with you also, the next video I'm going to do is that we're going to see a lot more of our visitors, our extraterrestrial visitors are making themselves known purposefully, because we're accepting it more and more without fear. All right, we're realizing that this could be a very positive thing. And if it wasn't going to be, trust me, they'd have taken us out already, and they don't need to use weapons to do it. There'll be other ways. And no, don't say that what's going on right now is that. We did that. And so another thing, too, is that you will start to see just mystical, beautiful things, synchronicities, things that show up, knowing certain things that are going to happen. And you can change your past. You can play with your future. Predictions are malleable. However, we do have nexus points, and this is a nexus point. It's called the tipping point in my book that's going to be coming up. You'll learn about the tipping point, and that is when things accumulate in a certain directive, we create an event. And so that event must play out. But we can make choices with the event. We can use it as something, as a positive learning experience. Are you doing that right now? Is there an event in your life right now? I see so many of you, and they get angry with me because, they're doing this and they're making me do this. I'm standing up for my rights, and I'm just telling you, what are your rights? We are all together here on a planet. You can't just battle for your rights. We can work together and compromise, but this might be a nexus point for you. It certainly was for me 7 years ago. I was an investment banker. There was no way I was going to quit that. But I did, because I got to a nexus point in my life and I said, what am I doing? This has to go. And so I let it all go. And I just went into this world of, Jesus, take the wheel. And just basically, had faith. And so some of you are battling everything that is somebody else's choice and their opinion, and it just goes nowhere. So if you have to do certain things for you to keep your job, then what are you going to do? You have to make a decision under the circumstances. Whether you think it's right or wrong, somebody else thinks it's right. So can we just come to terms with that? Because when you're focused on all this negativity and density in me, you're not focused on how can I be of service here on this planet. And then you will see and experience things that are insane. I manifest stuff. I practice this. Actually, in the Miracle Circle, in one of the lessons, I actually take you into manifesting practices. And so we choose something simple, and then we just let it go. And that's the other thing. Not having control over it, because you always have control, because you are the one consciousness that always sends you the best for you. And if it's that job you're supposed to quit, okay, so be it. If it's that relationship that isn't working, so be it. But it doesn't have to be an enemy, right? It doesn't have to be an enemy. You can have your opinion and your choices, all right? And you work through that with that other person. This is what this is what I choose, and this is why I'm not choosing that, or whatever. You say, okay, well, that's not possible here. You're going to have to quit. Okay, that would be my choice. Goodbye. And so you do it, and you say, wait a minute, there's so many other things I can do, especially if you like your industry. There are there's tons of jobs here in the United States, tons of jobs, oh my gosh. And they're paying like all kinds of benefits and all kinds of amazing things. And it could be something completely different than you do. Are you exploring this? Or are you seeing everything is restricting me? And you stay in here and you won't see the beautiful things that I'm experiencing. So we're going into something else again. This happens in phases, I've noticed, but it could be a personal thing. But I think it's more connected to myself in the collective. And I think more people are going into this space and are going to get to see these amazing things going on. So relax. Nothing can harm you. Nothing can ever harm you. You have a body, but that is not you. So you, the endless energy field, will go on and on and on. So open yourself up to these things and just thank your angels and your guides and say, thank you. I know you're here with me. All right, so, and if you want a sign, just ask for the sign and, ask to experience mystical things. Open them up to me. I'm open to it. But you don't dictate what that is, because that tree has free will too, and everything else is going to do what it wants to, when it wants to. So there may be just a moment when you just get some amazing overwhelm of love. And you, like me, like you cry in the grocery store because you're so in awe of have so much gratitude for abundance, right? What's abundance? Food on your table is abundance, all right? And so I want you to just understand that right now there are openings within the matrix that we're seeing through the matrix and saying, oh, I am that out there, and I'm this in here. I'm this, but I'm that too. And that's what's going on. You're seeing that out there and realizing that whole space, that one consciousness outside of the matrix. We can see it. Those veils came off. Yes, the grids are still there, just the operation of the hologram working. Not a prison. It's not a prison. If there's a prison you think it is, you're creating it. You have to participate and believe in it for it to be real. That's how this works. It cannot be a prison unless you believe in it. If you do, it exists. So you can argue with me till the cows come home. And it's not a prison for me. And that's true too. So Can you understand this is your individual experience, and that's how powerful you are? And you can go into a space and say, you know, I don't have to believe any of this stuff anymore. I don't have to believe this is what's happening is bad. I can know that this is an opening to massive change. But if I'm not part of that change, I will just see the destruction of the things that weren't working for us and fight to stay in that. So I wanted to share that because last night it was so active. I actually went to bed at 10. Got up at midnight, and I worked till this morning. I just went back to bed for a couple hours, and now I'm back up at 8 o'clock. I was writing all night. I was doing a course called Total Clarity for You, and that's so important because total clarity is knowing that you are the unbelievably beautiful power of the universe, and that everything else is your creation, and that what happens along the way you actually purposefully agreed to participate in, and there's great joy in that, great teachings, and yes, some great emotions that may come with that, but that's the contrast of being human that allows you to know the beautiful space that you are. And when you go into that, you say, whew, this feels amazing, but you wouldn't know that unless you knew the sorrow and the pain that we've been on the planet, but we're going to change all that. It is changing. So what can you do today? What little thing can you do in your house to clean up the garbage? You know, I saw an ad. Before I go, I want to share this ad with you. I want you to watch this for your kids too. Those with grandkids and children. I saw an ad, and the children were talking. They had all these little animals and toys, and they were saying, you know, I'm going to help the sea turtles. And they had this whole campaign where kids are taking action for nature and the environment. And then during the commercial was for plastic toys that they could play with. The very things that are going in the ocean and killing all those turtles. Yeah, so we got to watch this. There was an ulterior motive there that wasn't good. If they were saying, here are some toys that are environmentally safe, that would have been the smartest company on the planet. And a lot of places are doing that. In fact, I have a link for you for a business called Hive, and they have environmentally friendly packaging, and everything that they sell is safe, you know, vegan, no animal testing, organic, and from local farmers and businesses. I love it. It's starting to happen. I'm going to talk more about that. That is happening, okay? A lot of that's happening right now. You're going to actually see more of it if you're open to it. If you haven't seen Hive, then go to that link down below. I've got a few of them. And I also have, by the way, somebody said I'm selling, the stuff I recommend in my store, I don't sell that. I don't sell that, okay? So it is an affiliate link to a store, so you buy it. You know, I'm not selling you this stuff. It's stuff that I use and recommend. So believe me, I'm picking and choosing wisely. Vegan journals, those of you who are in my classes, I just chose a bunch of vegan journals. Let's not use animal skins if we can help it, yeah? All right, so go check out the description for all kinds of cool stuff. Join Manifest Anything, where you'll get resources for all these things. You know, this is my internet training. These are free videos. And then, of course, Manifest Anything's free. But most of all, please subscribe and share my videos and let the world know that awakening is the divine infused in the human experience. You can go there, and it's a beautiful contrast of both. Contrast and diversity is beautiful. Let's celebrate it. Let's celebrate each other's diversity. It is beautiful. And with compassion, those who are in fear and pain and spewing that garbage on each other, they'll feel that compassion and love. But when you battle that, they will battle harder against you. You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. Namaste.